morning. It's been a long time since I uploaded a video. A lot of stuff was going on. We decided in July that we were going to move back to Texas from Florida. So we just accomplished that the week of Halloween. So I had about a week of unpacking the main part of the house and getting the kitchen and the bedroom set up, getting the cats adjusted. They're still not 100% outside like they were at the other house, but I'm hoping because this house is so much bigger that there won't be as much fighting and stuff like that. The dogs seem to have adjusted pretty well. As far as my craft room, this is a 3-bedroom house, so my husband and I each have our own office craft space, versus at the other house we were sharing, so I pretty much took over the whole room. Here so far I've gotten my desk set up. I actually have both of my computers set up right now because the computer with the more memory that I use for Photoshop just wasn't working. We thought maybe it got dropped or something was going on, but there was just a glitch somewhere that it had to work through. Now it works fine. I used this box here that I used to use for my color pencils to hold all my small baby Yodas and some seashells and little bottles and stuff, because the piece that's supposed to go along the top up there to make it another set of small boxes got lost somewhere in the moving truck. It's in something else, I don't know, but that works pretty well. So my desk is mostly set up. There's a pile of stuff that I want to show y'all, but the rest of the room is absolutely not set up at all. The bookshelves that I had at the other house had actually been bought in Texas and moved to Florida. So they got a little damaged and they had gotten damp just because there's so much humidity there that I just decided not to try and bring them back to Texas with me. So I no longer have bookshelves. I do have 3 shelves in the garage that I'm hoping to get in here and get things put on. They're not bookshelves, so I'll probably just have to stack my books for now, just to get them out of the cardboard boxes. I'm gonna turn the camera around here in a minute and you'll see all the boxes. Plus there's stuff in the closet. I do have quite a few totes that I'm hoping to empty out and then put the stuff that's not going on the shelves in the totes. I also have my 2 file cabinets. They probably need to be rearranged some. But this pile over here is all of the stuff that I still have to unpack. So as you can see, there's quite a bit of stuff over here. Oops. This cat up here is a Halloween decoration. And when I saw it at Home Depot, I was like, oh my gosh, that's so cute. And I sent a picture to my husband and my sisters. But the picture was just it sitting in the floor, so you couldn't tell how big it was. And my husband sent me a message and was like, just buy it if you really want it. Well, I went back the next day to a different Home Depot and they had a whole lot of them. And so I bought it. And then I sent my husband a picture of me and the cat as a selfie. And he was like, oh my gosh, I did not realize that was so big, or I would have told you to buy it. Now, it also has lights. Let me turn off the main light. So the skull eyes light up, and the hat lights up. The lights in the ceiling fan aren't very bright, so I have my torch lamp that has the 3-way bulb. This is from Buc-ee's. My husband bought it and brought it to me in Florida. It came with markers so you can color it. I haven't decided if I'm going to color it yet or not. But all of this I have to unpack and find somewhere to put. Most of those 12 by 12 boxes that are right there, most of that size box are books. I put the books in those smaller boxes this time to make them easier to carry because they are quite heavy. I have some stuff to show y'all that I bought when I came to Texas in July. My mom passed away in July, so I came and met with my sisters, and they had gotten most everything done and said goodbye prior to her cremation and all that stuff, and got to see my dad. And we had hoped to come back to Texas before she passed away. We had decided almost in January that we were coming back, and then we were trying to figure out how to make it work with money and didn't think we were gonna make it happen. And then she passed away somewhat unexpectedly. She was originally diagnosed with cancer in 2014. So she lived much, much longer than anyone would have expected, including her doctors. She ended up having surgeries for 3 different kinds of cancers, plus strokes and osteoporosis. And she had a lot of medical issues that just compounded with her age and 50 years of smoking and drinking. But my dad's doing good. Everything seems to be kind of evening out for him, and he is not as worried anymore and not as stressed out taking care of her. So because we decided that we were moving, I started packing stuff in August, I think. Started packing so that we could decide how soon we could get here. Unfortunately, due to my job, I wasn't able to transfer, so now I am unemployed for the first time in my adult life. I am unemployed. I've had a job since I was 11, so for 34 years I've had a job of some sort, usually 2 jobs for most of my adult life. If I wasn't in school and working full-time, I was working full-time and part-time. So this is super scary. I did get my last paycheck from my previous job, and I'm also supposed to be getting a check for all of my PTO, which is over 200 hours. So that's like a month's worth of pay I'll get. I've applied at probably around 40 places now. I started applying in September. For jobs in my industry, and I know that a lot of times people don't want to hire someone out of state because they don't know how long it's going to take you to get here, things like that. But I honestly, at this point, I don't even know if I'm going to be able to get a job back in my industry. I worked in the food industry, food manufacturing. At this point, I just need something that pays me enough to pay my bills. So, right now, I'm probably going to have to go back to working retail or some sort of warehouse or something. But let's quit being sad and we'll move on. So the only cross stitch I left out was this kit I bought off of Temu. I know when you buy pretty much anything off of Temu, AliExpress, even most of the stuff on Amazon, it is not licensed. It is stolen artwork that they can you know, take a picture off the internet and reprint it. Well, that's pretty sure that's what happened with this one because it's not the greatest rendering. So it's Jack Skellington as Santa. And this is the chart that they obviously stole from someone else and reprinted. As you can see, his hat is pink. The background is pink, which really shouldn't be. It should be bright red. Here's all of the flosses. It's actually pretty decent quality floss, and they give you a good amount. This is doubled over. It's very soft. I do like it. I'm not going to do the white until after I wash it because I don't want the color of the printing to get on the white. So I'm going to do everything but the white and then stitch the white. This is what I've done so far. I started with this outside trim and then I got bored, so I did some of this pink here, right here, and I've done the black and this gray. But all of this that is pink on here will be the white. So I don't want, when I wash it, for this color to get onto the white. So I'm going to stitch everything else and then wash it to get rid of this base color, get rid of the printing, and then stitch the white. But I wasn't sure I was going to like stamped cross stitch or printed cross stitch because I did the stamped ones. Like, I tried them, like, in the 80s or 90s, and it was just, like, literally printed on a piece of muslin or whatever, and there were no holes or anything like that. But this is Aida. This is 11 count Aida, so you have to use 3 strands, which gives pretty good coverage. Once it's washed, I know any areas that look a little thin will plump up. So I really like the picture, even though I know it's not legitimate. Another thing I really like to do besides cross stitching is I read a lot, or I used to. I don't read as much anymore. But I kept seeing on unboxing videos book covers, like beautiful fabric book covers. So I went on Amazon and I bought this one. And it's pretty decent quality. It's like a polyester, has a bookmark, and it's got this cute witchy looking print on it. It doesn't really fit on any book that I had on my desk at the time. I think it's supposed to be a large, but just the way it's made, it is very stretchy, but the book would have to be bigger than this for it to fit well. So this one, kind of crummy. So I went on Etsy and I bought a couple off of Etsy, and I can't find the book that I have the original one I bought on. It's in one of those boxes over there. So I bought a medium, and then it fit pretty well on several books, but then I went back and I bought a small. So this one is a small. It has the pocket here where the front of the book goes, and then you wrap this around the book, and then it has a band here to hold it onto the back of the book once you wrap it around. So it protects your book like in your bag or whatever, and you can take the paper book jacket off and just use this. So I got this one, the small, and then this one is a large. Same thing, it has the elastic here and the pouch here. So this is a large and this is a small. Or perhaps this one's a medium also. This one might be a medium also. I don't remember now. And the other one I have might be a large. So that's that. Those came from Etsy. I might be able to find a link to the ladies shop, but if you just just search for fabric book cover or fabric book jacket, there's tons of people making these in all different fabrics, cutesy. These are kind of spooky, Halloween, witchy, whatever. So back here on my little shelf, I have what are called the blockheads by Lego, and I have Grogu and Mondo, and they came together. And when I was in Target just walking around because I was bored, I found the latest small Lego, which is the ship. And it has a little Grogu minifig, and then it has the Mondo minifig. I don't like the giant Lego sets. I can't really afford those, and I don't have anywhere to put them. I do have cats. But I got this one. It's the little ship. I haven't put it together yet. I really just wanted the Grogu minifig. Because I have a feeling you probably couldn't buy that by itself anywhere. So maybe I'll make a little short of putting this together. I have some other stuff that's just random haul. Oops. I watch a lot of art people on YouTube and on TikTok, and I kept seeing people get this mat from Temu and Alibaba, and it's just a silicone mat. I don't do painting, but I do stuff with glue and every once in a while a little bit of paint or something just messy. And so this is a silicone mat. This is supposed to be where you put like your paints, so you can put acrylics or watercolors in here while you're working. And then over here is a little thing to put brushes. It's got a hole so you can hang it up to dry. And then this right here came with this little pot that sits in there so you can put water in it. And it's got deals for your brushes, and then it's got these little things where you can lay the brush across, and it snaps down flat so you can store it. I will probably never use this, but I got this. I got a coupon on Temu. It's like, if you buy this right now and add it to your order, it's like $4 or $5, something. I was like, all right. It's pretty big. Like, it's about as wide as I am. And a little, it's a rectangle, but I got it just to put on my desk, just so that if I am doing something with water or some sort of liquid, dye or whatever, I'm not making a mess, and I can just wipe this off, roll it up, put it away. Haven't actually used it. I just took it out of the package because, as you can see, you can kind of see it's still got some creases and wrinkles where it was folded up. At the bottom it has a ruler, but I don't know how accurate that ruler would be. I just got it to protect the table. This bag here, this is going to be very crinkly. This bag has a whole bunch of just random stuff that I've bought over the last couple of months. When I was in Texas, my sister took a day off work and just kind of carted me around to have something to do while I was waiting to fly back. And because I was flying, I only had one bag. I had one carry-on bag, so I had to be very careful what I bought. I did buy some books, which are in one of those boxes over there. But this is some other stuff I bought. She took me to the Golden Needle. which at the time was in San Marcos. It's a cross stitch shop. The lady has since moved to New Braunfels. I think she's about an hour south of where she was. So I haven't been to her new store because that's about probably a 3.5 hour drive from where I am now. Because that is south of Austin on the way to San Antonio, and I am north of Austin on the way to Dallas. Anybody who's not familiar with how big Texas is, it takes a long time to get from top to bottom or north to south, or east to west. So we are a big state, so things are not that close together. So while I was there, I did buy a 8th. This is, I don't know, it's 11 by 18, so it's like a fat 8th, I think is what they call it. Of 14 count easy count. I've never used Easy Grid. I don't really have any particular project in mind for this. I just thought, since I was there and she had some fabric on sale because she was getting ready to move, I would just buy some Easy Count and see if I liked it. I'll have to find a full coverage piece to do on this. I don't really like full coverage pieces either. When I go, I'm gonna do a whip parade, I guess. Guess I'll do it more towards December, like an end of year whip parade. I'll show you my one full coverage. I really don't like it. This is also a fat 8th. It's 16 count, but it's hand dyed, which means that it's closer to an 18 count, which means even with my contacts, I'm gonna need more magnification. 14 count I can usually do pretty good with no magnification, but 16 count, and it's called Aurora, and it's by Picture This Plus. It's my first piece of Picture This Plus. I have no idea what I'm gonna put on this. I have a few patterns that I think would probably look really cute on it, but I don't know. I'm thinking like a dragon maybe, or something kind of, what's the word, like fantasy, because it's almost like a sky, like a blood sky or whatever, but I'm assuming a fat 8th. It's probably close to 11 by 18, so not real sure what I'll put on there. Then this is another fat 8th. This is 14 count. It's by Mountain Air, and it's called Fall Dragonfly. I did actually take these pieces out of the packages in the store, so I really had no idea what they looked like. But this one is very splotchy, gray. Might be good for like a winter scene, maybe. I don't know. This one says it's a fat 8th, but it doesn't look as big as the pink one did. Grays and blacks, that's more my thing. So that pink one is really kind of off the chart, pinky orange, but really off of what I normally buy. But I think it'll be, I'm sure I'll find something that will look great on it. While I was there, I also bought some other stuff. She uses these cute bags that look like old-timey ads. So I'll probably keep this bag once I get the stuff out of it and use it in my journals that I keep saying I'm going to start. Alright, so I got 2 things of, it says Seasons by Cosmo Floss. I've never bought Cosmo Floss before. Oh, this one's Cosmo, and I think this one is too. But it says, oh yeah, it is Cosmo. So it's just variegated, black and white. Never used Cosmo. Just think this might be good for some sort of like black work or just single color things so I can get used to Cosmo. And I bought this booklet, which I think that floss would be great for. Not only does it have the patterns, but it also has the instructions. Like here's the pin cushion finishing. Down here it's got the box top finishing. How to make the coffin and the tape measure. And then obviously it has all the patterns. And then back here is the rest of the coffin. And then how to line the box, and then what to do with the alphabet strip. So this is by Sue Hillis Designs. I've never bought anything from her. I usually don't buy physical patterns. I usually buy PDFs and just either print them off, or I just look at them on the tablet. I bought 2 of these. It's also Sue Hillis Designs, and it's maps. So she has the entire country. Oops. She has the entire country, but I bought Texas because that's where I was born and raised and where I was moving back to. And then I bought Florida because that's where I've lived for the past 6 years. We lived right near St. Petersburg. We didn't live in St. Petersburg. We actually lived in Pinellas Park, which is in the same county, but St. Petersburg is more well known. That's where Fort DeSoto is, where they filmed the Punisher movie. And also it's near Clearwater, which is where all the celebrity of a specific religion live. But also Tampa, everybody knows Tampa for all the sports teams and that one specific quarterback. Then this one, the Texas one, has Austin and Houston, both places we've lived. We actually used to live closer to Galveston, and then we lived in East Texas here. But this one's really cute. I have a lot of Texas themed charts that I've bought. I may do a chart parade at some point. Most of the Texas ones that I bought are actually old that I got off of eBay. Probably well out of print. Another thing that we went to when we were here was a store that I've seen people online go to all over the world, and it's called Daiso. There's not many in the United States yet. It's almost like a dollar store, but it's not. They have a lot of Asian stuff. Sorry. And the Asian stuff is from, a lot of it I think is from Korea, maybe some from China, but everything, if it's not marked, it's $1.75, which is very confusing because you really have to hunt on the packages for the marks for the prices. So I got a couple of things. I got some washi tape. It looks black, but it says it's clear, so I'm assuming it's like a translucent. There doesn't seem to be much on each roll, but it was $1.75. So if it's bad quality, it's no big deal. I also got some more that says clear. That's these thinner ones, 3 different colors. Once again, not much on the roll. I got this one that looks like looks like there's a bunch of different things on there, like little tickets, and I don't really know what all is on there because I haven't taken it out, but this one does seem to be quite a bit more. It says it's 6 meters. This one's 6 meters. These are 3 meters. So this is half as much as, so 3 meters, oops, and 6 meters. I also got some really cute stickers. There's 2 sheets of these. They're just jars and little pots, which I thought would be cute for like an apothecary spread or some sort of witchy spread. This one does look like a perfume bottle. Might not use that one, but some of these others might be cute. These are books. I don't know. It says there's 4 sheets. I don't know if they're all the same. These might actually be cute for like book plates, using for book plates. And these actually say Japan on them. These also say Japan, so maybe Daiso is Japanese. I'm sorry. I know all the Asian countries are different people, but I know the Koreans really love their stationery. They make some of the best stationery. Then I got 2 different things. I've already used one of these. These are pockets and they're clear, and you can stick them inside of a folder or a book to make a pocket to just hold something. I have one inside my business disc bound binder, and I stuck one in there, and I stuck my business credit card in there. So my business credit card is in my business folder. But there's 3 of these large ones, and then 9 of the small ones, and these were only $1.75. So $1.75 for 3 big ones or 9 small ones, and they're a thin plastic. They're not as thin as the packaging, but they're pretty thin plastic, like a thin folder maybe. But I want to start making junk journals, so I figured those would be a good addition to a junk journal, just a little pocket right there in front. Another thing I bought, I can see it, so let me grab it. I bought this at Walmart. And I'm not a huge fan of Walmart. And actually, when I saw this, I really liked it. And then once I got it home, I didn't really like it as much. It is a wax warmer. So it has it has a really big bulb. And the thing I don't like is that this is very, very, very translucent glass. And the way this decal is, when the light is on, all of this is very bright and just distracting and quite annoying. I know it has to be that bright because that's what makes the heat and melts the wax, but I just felt like maybe the design wasn't that good. Last year or the year before, they had a wax warmer that was a calavera, a Katrina, a Day of the Dead skull. And I really wanted it. And by the time I saw it on probably YouTube, they were all sold out. So this year I went right when I saw they were getting the Halloween stuff out, and I looked. And this year the sugar skull was awful. The wax went in the head, like in the top of the head, so the head was indented, and I didn't really like the shape or the painting. It wasn't even painting, it was like stickers that they had put on top of a white, like ceramic skull, and it was a very long skull. It didn't look proportional to like what a normal like human skull would look like. I just didn't like it. So I bought this one instead. And it says Dead Man's Toes. I thought it was very witchy. And it would look good on my desk, but when it's lit up, I don't like the way it looks. Unfortunately. I could have returned it right after I bought it because I kept the box and I have the box somewhere around here, but I decided to keep it because I wanted one, and the cheap one that I bought at Dollar General for like $8 or something, it had a metal top and the wax was really hard to get out of. So like a dummy, I took that metal top and set it on top of this one to try and melt the wax, and then I was going to dump the wax in here. Well, this bulb was so much more intense and so much closer that along with melting the wax, it bubbled the paint on that metal piece. And so then it got really hot and I was scared that it was going to break this glass. So took it off, set it on a hot pad, let it cool down, threw the whole thing away. This does not have wax in it, even though I've been using it, because I was using a silicone cupcake liner to sit in the top of it, because I've seen candle warmer liners that are just a silicone cupcake liner, basically. It doesn't look very cute because this is not very deep, so it does stick above, and I use the green one, but it heats just as well and it doesn't make a mess. So now this is still nice and clean. I can swap out smells very quickly. I just let that little cupcake liner cool, pop out the old smell, throw it away. So I am probably going to lightly edit this video, and I think I'm going to set the camera up over to the side, probably back over here, and just let it film while I try and clean up all this mess, figure out what I'm going to put where, bring in the shelves, and then once I film that, I will speed it up and shorten it down quite a bit, and just see where I get. I'm gonna try and get a lot of this stuff done today. It's 11 o'clock already, so hopefully I can get quite a bit of stuff done today. I just saw something else that I didn't talk about. So all over TikTok are these dragon eggs, and there's I think 3 or 4 companies making them now, but this one came from the original company. I bought it through TikTok Shop. There was a 50% off coupon, so it only made it like $14.50, I think. Normally they're $25 plus shipping. I didn't get the free shipping because I got the 50% off, which is fine. I'll take that. But the lady whose shop I bought it through, her TikTok name is Ursula, and she does a lot of different opening things, but this is mine. I was so scared because you don't get to pick anything. You don't get to pick colors, or you just get to pick size on some of the shops. I think this shop only offers the one size right now, or at the time they only offered one size. So I was really scared when I got it. I got the box out of the post office, and I was going to film it because I wanted like my reaction, but then I was like, what if I don't like it? So I peeked and I saw that it was blue, and I was like, all right, so at least the egg is really pretty. There's a very prominent seam right here, which I don't remember seeing on some of the others, but they're very prominent seams. But I like the 2 colors. It's very pretty. And so then I was like, all right, what if I don't like the dragon? Because I've seen some people open some that are just, in my opinion, I don't like the colors. So I was really worried that I was going to get one that I didn't like, and then I was going to have to pay full price to try and get one I did like. But mine, I'm not a huge fan of green. But mine is blue and green. So he's very lightweight. I honestly didn't realize how lightweight they were. And I know it's 3D printed and it articulates, and their little feet move kind of back and forth, not really up and down too much. They do kind of get stuck if you try to move them up and down. This part is sharp, like it's very sharp. His I don't know if it's gonna, you can kind of see the details of the face. These crystals look like horns. It almost looks like he has 2 sets of horns. But I really like the colors. I was so scared that I was going to get one I didn't like. And then I really wasn't sure what I was going to do because I don't like orange and I don't really like green. So I was like, oh gosh, what if they send me an orange and green one? I can't send it back and be like, this is hideous. I don't want this. Give me my money back. But I really enjoy the colors that mine came in. He just sits on my desk. The first couple of days I played with him quite a bit because there's really not a whole lot to do with them. Just, they are kind of a fidget toy, but they don't really do a whole lot, so. But I do like him. I kind of wish he had some sort of shimmer, like a pearlescent shimmer, like I've seen a lot of them. I do honestly feel like the people that are really promoting these are maybe getting the better looking ones because they open one a week or whatever, and so they're getting like really spectacular ones just because the company needs to promote itself. I get that. It does feel like very cheap plastic. This is only the second thing I've ever bought that is 3D printed, so I don't know how 3D printed plastic is supposed to feel. The other thing that I bought was a diamond painting tray with a slide lid and the little plugs and everything, and I hate it. And I don't think that's anything to do with the design or the printing. I think I just probably bought, because I bought a black one and I bought a medium one. I probably should have bought a large one in a lighter color. So I don't think that has anything to do with the 3D printing, but it also feels like very cheap plastic, which I may have said that opposite. It's thick, but it feels like cheap plastic, and the seams and everything are very obvious. With this guy, the seams don't look as obvious as far as like the colors, and there's no seams where like things where the edges were pulled off or anything. His chin, you can kind of see the internal structure through the bottom of his chin, but that's really the only place where you can see that. All right, so I think the other thing is I do not know how he's supposed to go back in here because they come kind of sitting up. Whenever I try and put him back in, then I either can't get the top on because he's in there crooked or something. Hey, he went in there pretty good this time. Oh, I forgot about some other stuff. This is some stuff I got from Temu, I think. I think this was Temu stuff, but I got some stamps. And this one, I really love this old Victrola. And then just some standard Halloween type stuff. And then I also got some papers from Temu. This one's called Rumored Flower Letter. I'm sure it probably makes more sense in its native language. I haven't opened these, obviously. This is just, looks like 4x6, 100 by 140 millimeters. And there's 50 pages, but I think they're double-sided. And then these are 6x6s. There's 12 different designs. Of paper. And these are also 6x6s. This one's called Mechanical World. Also 12 different designs, 2 sheets of each. So I think that's all the haul, and this is probably my longest video ever at 45 minutes already. So I may make the straightening up, cleaning video a separate video. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them below. Thank you for watching. I'm hoping to get more videos up while I have quite a bit of free time. Once I find my book, I will do a book review. I'm not done with the book yet, but I also have some other new books that I could do a haul of. So thank you for watching. I hope to see you back soon.